We are live.
All right, dude, it's on. We are about to start our new
I don't know if there's anybody
podcast.
watching.
That's all right.
Yeah.
When they watch it later, they'll watch it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And that'll be now.
Yeah.
Hey, please disregard these big, beautiful balls on the wall behind us.
Dude, it makes me very sad.
Yeah, those are a thing of the past.
Yeah.
No
Well,
more.
Yeah. They're now history. They're part of our history.
They are. We're going to talk about that.
We haven't. Have we actually started the episode yet?
No, we haven't. No. So I needed you back.
Are you on?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you watching the live feed?
No, dude, I'm looking at my script.
Oh, well, shit.
I don't have a way to look at both.
Yeah, well, let me see if I can pull it up. Because just in case somebody's actually watching.
Dude, I've got the script, I've got the 10 sheet, I'm controlling the computers, I got my hands full.
Yeah,
of
you are busy. I'm not gonna doubt that.
Yes.
Let's see here. Let me go to the Scafachiverse. Wrong page.
Oh, way to go, stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, it's us.
Yeah.
Look at that. I see us, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I see me.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's watching.
Yeah. Okay, you got to turn the volume off because that's distracting. Hearing my own silky, beautiful voice makes me feel some kind of way.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Dude, I was born ready, bro.
Okay, well then shut the fuck up so we can start. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. What is that strange smell? It's musky. It's metallic. No, it can't be. It smells like pussy blood. But it's 2 blocks away. How can I smell that from here?
Do you know where you are?
No.
Alan, you are in the Scafachiverse, baby! You're gonna die!
Oh, shit. Here we are in the Scafachiverse. This is episode 1, kind of. Maybe we should make this season 2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
1, yeah, we can. Yeah, in fact, we should do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Well, look at that. It's decided.
Okay.
This is now season 2.
Welcome to season 2
where
of
we
Scafachiverse.
rebrand. Yeah, the Scafachiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 1 was ball themed.
Hey, hold on just
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what?
But no.
What is
The camera is
Do I need to pause?
No.
Okay.
It's there.
All right.
It's
So,
all
yeah,
there.
we're doing this on Facebook Live in addition to recording it for the podcast. So we're just making sure that everybody on Facebook Live can see
Yeah,
us.
now it's a much better picture, so it'll be fixed and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus we got our fucking plugs and shit down there instead of plugging.
Oh,
it
yeah,
in.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got plugs and wires and shit everywhere. All my tubes and wires, careful knots.
Shit.
She blinded me with signs.
All right, but hey,
Yeah.
man, welcome to the Scafachiverse, Alan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what we have in the Scafachiverse? Oh, first we have a call to action.
Yeah, we have a call to action. We should do that.
Right. So, listeners, please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Now that we have a new logo that doesn't have 2 big hanging testicles on it,
Sure.
maybe it'll make it a little easier to send one to your grandma and
Yeah.
have her listen to the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, well,
the content did not change much.
no, Grandma still might, her ears might burn off.
Yeah.
But look, one of the things that we're trying to do is grow the audience. Okay,
Yeah.
we need to have a little bit more wide,
wider net.
appeal.
Yeah.
Wider net, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things is we get feedback, and most of our feedback's positive.
Right.
Right, but one of the things...
But let's save this. We're going to get into that in the episode. Because right now we're just talking about the sponsor.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to do just the tip, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
So more things change, nothing actually changes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, except I had the sponsor. No, dude, we're going to do the sponsor first.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The sponsor of Just a Tip.
Yeah, that's what
The sponsor is Beef Curtains Deli.
Yeah.
One of our old sponsors came with us in the change. They have the juiciest and tangiest roast beef in Revere.
I had beef curtains the other night. It was wonderful.
Nice. All right. So now our Just the Tip. So Anthony and I live in Las Vegas, and we do not gamble. And maybe occasionally here and there.
Not me.
No. Yeah. Pretty much nothing, unless other people come to town. And every once in a while, people will talk to me. I bet they tell you this too. Like, dude, if I come, I'm going to play roulette because I got a system.
Fuck yeah. I remember we used to go to Joker's
Wild. Yeah. There was this guy, Jimmy.
Yeah.
This old dude. And he would put coins, the tokens, on like every
number.
freaking number. Every number. Yeah, but the problem with roulette, and roulette's a really good example of why betting systems don't work. Because every single bet on roulette has a house advantage of 5.25%.
Yeah.
Except for there's one that's a little bit worse.
It's
So no matter
the greens, right?
it's if you bet 5 numbers. So you
Okay.
can put a coin on 0, 00, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And so that pays a little bit worse. But every other bet is exactly 5.25%, no matter what.
Yeah.
And so no matter how you combine those bets, house edge is still 5.25%. So don't be a fucking idiot.
So hey, real quick, because while we got Jimmy on the
Jimmy, yeah.
So we would go to the Joker's Wild. We were in our
Dive
20s.
Casino.
Yeah, dive
Local
casino. But we would go there basically to get drunk and play quarter roulette.
Yeah, or quarter craps.
Or quarter craps. But the best thing about quarter roulette was Jimmy.
Yeah.
Right?
No, the best thing was LaDonna.
Yeah, but
the cocktail
Jimmy
waitress.
would play so many numbers that it would take almost forever.
Yeah, it would slow down the game.
It would slow down the game, which would mean that the cocktail waitress would make more rounds. So, like, for the cost of, you would have to play, like, 4 quarters, so you play $1.
Yeah.
Right? But for that $1, by the time payouts and all that stuff was done, dude, you could get drunk in, like, like $4.
And with a house edge of only 5.25%, you're not losing money very fast.
No, dude, most of the time I'd actually win money.
Right. You can
maybe not a lot, but
you just stay close to break even.
Yeah.
And then, dude, with LaDonna coming around. So these cocktail waitresses, if you think of like a dive bar in a suburb of Las Vegas or a dive casino, what you would picture of the cocktail waitresses is right on the money.
Yeah.
It's like people who aged out.
That's where they'd go to die.
Yeah. But, dude, LaDonna, oh my God.
She must not have had transportation or something.
That must be it, dude. She was a smoke show.
Yeah, but especially compared to what else.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, she was like
on a Joker's Wild scale. She was a 13.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was off the
Oh
chart.
my God! And she would do so. Like the cocktail waitress comes around at one time, and you put in your drink order. And then she comes around the next time, and she gives you a drink. Well, she would keep them coming for me.
Yeah.
So every time she came by, she's dropping off a tequila on the rocks.
And you were
dude, I had a drinking problem.
Yeah,
and
Joker's Wild was not helping.
No, dude. Oh, those were good times.
Yeah.
Never got a DUI. Came close once. Yeah, hey, pro tip, not okay.
Yeah, all right. So that's our just the tip.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Let's get into the content of the episode.
Yeah. So you know, we were trying to figure out like what kind of episode are we gonna do? What do we got, man?
Right.
And we had a bunch of like topics that were kind of like not enough to do a full episode, and so we're like, you know what? Let's just kind of like do a buffet style for our live episode, and just kind of cover all these different things that we've been meaning to get to, but we haven't really had enough.
It's not enough to fill an episode
on any one bone,
right.
So we're like, yeah, we'll just do it now. So,
yeah, exactly.
So I think the first thing.
Dude, speaking of like buffets, Vegas, man, used to have killer buffets, and they were dirt ass cheap, like local casinos.
Yeah, they're pretty much all gone.
buffet. Yeah, they're pretty much all gone.
Yeah.
South Point still has one. And
the
a couple
Palms
of strip,
did, I think, for a while.
South Point, Palms, and like 3 strip properties, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the ones on the strip, dude, the buffets are like $60.
Yeah, forget it, dude.
Yeah,
it's not worth
it is not a loss leader, that's for sure.
So, but I kind of want to let's get to the elephant in the room. Let's just cover it now.
Okay.
So the elephant in the room, right, is
these balls, because they have elephantiasis.
Yeah, right. is this brand change, right? It's this rebrand. We're rebranding from Balls Deep, which I loved. Yeah. Right. To the Scafachiverse, which I also love.
Of course.
Which makes it pretty easy, right? And so, you know, the main thing that we were encountering is that people were kind of not skeptical, but maybe a little skittish.
Put off, yeah.
Right? About sharing it, including you.
Including me.
Yeah, right? And so me and Alan would have these talks because I'm a fucking ball buster.
Yeah.
And I would call Alan.
He's a hustler.
Dude. And
I'm a hustler, baby.
Dude, I'm working my ass off to try to get this podcast out there. And Alan, he wants to get the podcast out there.
Right.
But he doesn't want people to look at him like he's retarded. Right? Which I get, man.
And I already have this inherent, like, I don't want to bother people. It makes me a bad salesman.
It does.
It also made it hard when I was running for office in my local union.
Yeah. I do not have that problem, dude. I will put myself out there. I am the hardest working guy in the room. Always have been, probably always will.
Oh, yeah. Back in the Chase and Poon days.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Hardest working guy in the room.
Yeah, I was going to outlast everyone. Fuck them all.
That's right.
Right? So, but we kind of had a heart to heart, man.
Right.
And in the end, you know, cooler heads prevailed.
Yep.
And we made a decision to rebrand the podcast to the Scafachiverse. And you know what? I'm excited about it because a lot of what Alan said is true. And as it opens up a lot of things that we were kind of maybe pigeonholing ourselves a little bit.
Yes.
And the universe is vast, man.
It is. Yeah, the balls were vast.
Sure.
But even more, right, the Scafachiverse, it more accurately encompasses what we're doing with this show.
Sure.
Because, you know, Balls Deep, it doesn't really tell you what we're doing. It just tells you it's going to be juvenile.
And it's going to go deep.
And it is. Yeah, and it's short. And it's going to go deep.
All the way to the balls.
Right. That you can expect junior high school humor, which is pretty much what we provide.
Sure.
But the Scafachiverse, I think it's more like look, the truth is, listeners, the sack, which you guys are still going to be the sack.
They will always be the sack.
Yeah, you will always be
Viva
the
la
sack.
sack.
The truth is, there's only so much about NCAA college football that we can talk about.
Sure,
you know, the EA college football game.
Especially because most of our listeners probably play
they
as much or more.
Right, they know more about the game than we do.
Yeah.
And if we want to get into like the weeds, that's not interesting.
Nah, dude, the weeds are pretty fucking boring. I mean, for the most part.
Exactly. And so what we enjoy more is the creative content.
Absolutely.
They're making stories that are based around the game, like the Coach Ra, Go Fight Win, and things like that.
And some of the older series and stuff. That like I keep thinking, like, dude, we could.
I know we could
probably
bring back.
Yeah, we can bring some of this back and just talk about it, read about it.
Dude, for those of you who go back to the old page, or was it on the new one? No, it had to be on the old one. When you did an Ole Miss dynasty, I think it was, or what was it?
No, it was Mississippi State.
Yeah, with Coach Vader.
Yeah,
Darth Vader was the coach, but he was weak. He didn't really have. Well, it was this nuance where he would think that he had power.
Yeah,
but things were just happening around him that kind of fed his delusion.
Sure.
And it sort of looked like he was really Darth Vader, but there was this. It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, dude. You know what though?
Because he talked like Darth Vader.
Yeah, but the thing was that series, for whatever reason, it never gained traction. Even though I thought for sure,
dude, it was so funny.
Yeah, it was really funny because of one
character.
Yeah,
Karen Vader, Darth Vader's wife.
Yeah.
Who did not appreciate his shit.
Yeah, no, she didn't
like the bit.
She didn't give a fuck about Darth
Vader. That he was a Sith Lord. And, why don't you use your force powers to pick up your fucking socks?
Yeah, dude, I thought it was great.
Oh, my God.
So we decided to rebrand, right? And move kind of into this new era.
Right. Yeah, because the Scafachiverse encompasses
everything. Yeah, right. And so this, we hope, gives our audience a little bit more room to just, hey, share it with your friends.
Right.
Get it out there. Because look, the show's good. Like, I'm not going to, I'll self-glaze for a second.
Yeah.
The show's good. I listen to other podcasts. Most podcasts are not that great.
No, they're boring, they're low energy, whatever.
And
we keep it moving, we got laughs.
Yeah. And so anyway, that's kind of...
Because we got balls!
That's kind of the genesis of the move. And I'm going tomorrow to get a new banner made. So that the next time we go live, we got the new banner. We'll take some pictures, put it on the site, everything like that. And so, so there you go, man. That's anybody wondering.
Miss those balls. If you want to buy this banner.
I've thought about it, man. Is auction this thing off?
Yeah.
But you know what? Like our last contest, would we get like $2 for it?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that shit. It cost me $85.
Right. There'd be one entry and they'd offer you $12.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was
now I gotta give it to them for $12.
Yeah.
Fucking time it
money on shit. Yeah, exactly. Dude. All right. So that's the rebrand.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to be coming now that we're the Scafachiverse? Like, is there anything different that we're going to see in the future or anything new?
Well, I mean, we've been talking about doing another series, and what we want to do...
Original to the podcast.
Yeah, an original series to the podcast. I mean, screw it. We're going to call it The Sweats.
Right.
Right? It's going to be a series that...
Where does that name come from?
It comes from the players who try really, really hard. It's not just in...
The video game players.
Yeah, in college football. They're mainly like Call of Duty. I don't know where the term started, but I'm going to...
But it's in the gaming community.
Probably like Call of Duty, right? Is, the players that play so hard that they start sweating. right?
That they take it super seriously.
Yeah.
They think there's really shit on the line.
Yeah, and when there's not. I mean,
Right.
like, most of the time there's not money, there's not anything,
No.
there's barely glory.
And specific to college football, the Sweats are people who think that, like, if LSU were to call them tomorrow, they could step in and coach.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah, they're so good. They figured out all the different, glitches and exploits and everything you can do, and they're got this thing down.
Phone call.
Yeah, and so they just think that they're God's gift to gaming.
Right, but the truth is, they're idiots.
Yeah, they're idiots.
Well, the stars of the Sweats, they're idiots.
So we're looking forward to bringing that story down the road.
Right, maybe that'll be season 3.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I mean, we got to start writing it. We got to get it down on paper. But we're going to
finish writing Coach Rob first.
We're going to do that series live, like theater style.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll each be performing it.
Yeah,
essentially.
and so
if we can get extra people in here, we will.
Oh yeah, dude. I already started enlisting people to come in to be characters, and we'll have to get more microphones or something. I don't know, or people have to invest a little bit, or share a microphone or whatever.
Right.
But we're definitely gonna do some of that stuff in the future. Obviously, we got the new game coming out soon. It's we're in April, May, June, July. Man, it's 3 months from now.
And information is being released about what's going to be in it.
Yeah, so we'll have more episodes as we get a little bit closer.
Right. And we will do the same sort of stuff for 26. If there's new game modes, we're going to talk about it.
Absolutely.
If there's new features, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about I'll just get divorced. Right, so I have a lot more time, and then we can get into those weeds, So actually, I'm not going to get. My wife might listen to this. I'm not getting divorced, baby. It's just for the show.
Right.
So
it's all for the show.
Yeah, it's all for the show.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on there. We're definitely we got new content, new ideas. We're coming up with all kinds of different stuff. We're going to do more creative things. And
probably do more lightning in a bottle type episode where we create players. We do stuff for our listeners. Maybe try to somehow get the listeners more involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to get our listeners more involved. We got more interviews coming up. We got
There's one next week.
Yeah, we got an interview that we got next week that I think you guys are really gonna like.
Right.
We have another interview after that, and then
I know what you're talking about.
And then we're still looking as we grow to get better and better guests.
And we have new sponsors too.
Yeah, we have
There's a new sponsor you're going to hear next week during that interview. It's a good one.
And one of the things I really like to do is as we continue to grow and we get a little bit more influence, is get some better and better guests, some bigger names.
Yeah, of course.
Things like that. Some people that actually are names, not just in our community, but outside the community, but in the gaming world.
Like Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, that would be great. Maybe we get her in the studio. Yeah, she plays a role in my series, so maybe.
Sort of. She's one of your characters is modeled after her. Physically modeled after her.
Yeah, no, it's young her. So she. But if, when I get voice actors, nobody knows the difference. She can still be.
That was a fun thing when in my Gordon Shumway series, which is Alf, for those of you who don't know, he wound up harboring fugitive Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
He was on the run from the alien task force. He had broken out of prison. And Howard wanted desperately to hook up with his old girlfriend.
Yeah, with Leia Thompson, right?
Right, which was the lead. But it was all contained in the Scafachiverse.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it was the lead singer of Cherry Bomb.
Uh-huh.
And, dude, back in the day, she was so hot. She looked like a young version of that famous director, Leah Thompson.
She was a director?
Leah Thompson is now more known as a director than she is as an actress.
What she directed?
I have no fucking idea. But I don't know that kind of stuff. I just know, like, when I looked at IMDb, she's got all these directing credits. And so that's the joke, like a young, famous, lucky young Leah Thompson.
Yeah, anyway, that series is something that, man, I'll tell you, I went back and found the series.
Yes, dude, it's so
and,
fun.
Yeah, like, to me, like, we can do episodes on it.
If I didn't have intellectual property issues to deal with, that's the one. I mean, I know people can write fan fiction.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you know what the rules are for, like, publishing fan fiction, because that's the only thing that made me nervous about it, is that, like, dude, Howard the Duck is a Marvel character.
Yeah.
And that's now a Disney property.
Sure.
And I ain't
look, if Disney sued us, that would be absolutely the best thing that could happen to this podcast.
Over Howard the Duck fan fiction.
Oh, God. If they, we would absolutely need to get it in front of them, hoping that they sue us just so we can be in the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's it. We can retire. even if we lose that,
Right.
We'll just do the cease and desist. Okay, you win. We'll just drag it out for at least a month, and then we'd be all right.
Dude, Howard would hide things in his cloaca.
Yeah.
And I remember...
What's a cloaca?
A cloaca is what ducks have and reptiles, where instead of having a penis or a vagina or even an asshole, they just have one hole, the cloaca.
Wait, they shit out of their cloaca?
Yeah, they shit out of their cloaca too. Everything comes out of the cloaca, including the penis. And so like on a duck, they have this corkscrew penis that like shoots out of their cloaca and goes into the female cloaca. And then their vagina is corkscrewed, but in the opposite direction. And so they don't mesh. And so it's like rape every time. It's Ducks, yeah.
Is that where the term screwing comes from?
Let's say that it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So like I remember this scene because Howard is like a total coxman on Earth because he's cute, he's a duck, he's charming, but women never seen anything like this cloaca. Like it's a fucking gift from God. It's, because duck penises are actually really big relative to the size of the duck.
Sure.
And I remember one time Gordon Shumway's giving him a hard time, like, dude, what is it about you always just chasing pussy? What's the deal? And he's like, man, back on Duck World, my cloaca was just average.
Yeah, it's like ordinary.
Yeah, it was ordinary. In fact, if anything, it was a little bit less than average. But here, it's a goddamn monster. And women can't get enough of it. And I'm not going to waste that opportunity.
Yeah.
Ah, dude, those are so good.
Dude, that series is so good.
Yeah, and he gives fucking duck butter everywhere. Oh, dude. There was one time that he was going to see the chick from Cherry Bomb.
Leah Thompson.
Yeah, Beverly was her name in the movie.
Really?
Her name was Beverly, yeah. So he was going to see Beverly, and he had to be shipped in a crate because he can't be discovered. And so he's in the crate with his one copy of Play Duck magazine from the movie.
Yeah.
And like 6 gallons of pineapple juice. Because you got to make sure that his duck sauce is good.
Is this when he was shipped to the hotel?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, down to the hotel where Beverly was going to meet him. And he gets shipped right into the room.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's got all that pineapple juice with him. Allegedly, pineapple juice makes your semen taste better.
I don't know.
I'll take your mother's word for it.
All right.
Okay, so what else we got? We got the Dad's League.
Yeah.
So Anthony and I are in a Dad's League together, a slow-moving college football league.
Slower, anyway.
Slower, yeah. And we have been playing, since 14. Well, I started, I took a few years off, but we always would talk about each other's games and give each other pointers, mostly Rich giving me pointers because he doesn't shut the fuck up. And
I don't know who this Rich is, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Our producer, Rich, helps us out. Anthony would also give me pointers. And, dude, we finally played.
Yeah.
And amazingly...
It's been 15 years.
Yeah, it's probably been 15 years since we've played each other.
Yeah.
And, it was close for a little while.
Yeah, Buffalo at Hawaii.
Buffalo at Hawaii, yeah.
It was the season opener, I think. It was my season.
It might have been, yeah. I think it might have been my second game.
Yeah, where I got my new quarterback, which is Larry Clapping Cheeks Meeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He fumbles a lot. And he didn't fumble in your game. But
no, he sure didn't. Yeah, but my quarterback is the lowest rated quarterback in our Dad's League. I think he's a 75 overall.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
And
Meeks is not real good. He's like a 72, right? He's a freshman.
So as long as I can get my running game going, that's what my team is built around.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Anthony knows exactly the way I play.
Absolutely. Even after 15 years, you haven't changed much.
No. And it is really straightforward. And so one of my tells, like, this might have been a just a tip, or maybe it's going to be a just a tip in the future, is that when you're lining up for a run, you count the box and see how many defenders are in the box. And oftentimes the defense will be a little bit lopsided, where if you run to the right, it's going to be 4-on-4, but if you run to the left, it's going to be 3-on-2.
Yeah, or 5-on-4 or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever it is, right, where you have an advantage, especially like if the way they line up, where you can see like, oh, my center and guard are going to double team the tackle, go out to the linebacker, and this is going to be an easy block, and I got it. And so I will very often switch my play to go to the side, whether it's a short or long side of the field, I don't care. I'm really just looking at those numbers. Well, this is something Anthony and I have talked about plenty of times. And so I was doing that during the game,
Yeah.
and it made it really easy for you to predict where I was going.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much knew just by the way everything was lined up, like,
Yeah.
well, Al's going to run left or he's going to run right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or, you know, and you ran up the middle, you know, okay, but for the most part, I was able to contain your running game, and then, I don't know, you must have thrown a
yeah, I'm sure I threw some interceptions.
Yeah,
and then the game got away.
But yeah, so anyway, I was able to win that game.
Yeah, it won by a lot, like 35-14 or something.
Yeah, I don't remember, but you know, it was still cool, man. Because honestly, I thought like now we play head to head more just for funsies. You know, like hey, you're gonna play, but the reality is, man, is I don't got that kind of freedom.
No, right, and finding a time where we both have availability, it's not that easy.
No, but real quick, I want to just kind of recap Dad's League Season 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so Season 3, we've had over the couple of seasons, we added a few people, and we added a guy who's my age. He's Navy, and he's fucking good, right? And he's going nuts. And so in year 1, the computer won the national title.
Right.
Year 2, my brother won it with Colorado State.
Yep.
Year 3, Navy won it, and he played my brother in the national finals. Yeah, in the national championship game, and they play a lot head to head, just like offline.
Year 3 is the year that just finished, right?
Yeah, we're now in year 4.
Okay.
Right, and so he won it. You know, we lost a couple people. I think we're down to 16.
I'm sure this is the case in a lot of other people's online dynasties, but like for the Heisman, you know, like all 5 are human. Like
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe Ohio State or something.
Yeah, there might have been one other person in there. But like when you go through the awards, you know, like best running back, it's like all us.
Yeah.
And best linebacker and best defensive end and all that stuff. Yeah. It's all humans with these crazy like sack numbers and rushing yards.
Yeah, and we'll have to get into some of that maybe in another episode. You know, actually, it's kind of covered in like one of our episodes, "What is Cheese?"
Oh yeah,
you know, is where you. But yeah, we made some changes, instituted some rules to like for weight of players.
Right, so you can't put like your safety at defensive end.
Yeah, which actually was a rule from the start, but apparently somebody didn't know that.
Yeah.
So we had to make some changes, but yeah, we got through it, and now we're in season 4, and things are moving along. And you know, I actually played this morning, and dude, I was rusty as shit. I played UMass. I wound up winning, but dude, I did not play well. Yeah, I wound up winning by like 14, but it was closer than that.
Right. So, yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Man. So new season of Dad's League, new season of the podcast.
Yeah.
Scafachiverse.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited, man. We've got a lot. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean that's it. I'm super excited. I'm glad you guys are with us. Thank you guys for being with us. We hope you guys enjoyed this live episode.
Yeah.
We are probably going to wrap it up here. We're going to get to our primary sponsor. Who is our primary sponsor?
Our primary sponsor is Clitty's, a brunch spot. Dude, love that place. Yeah.
That place is so good.
Listeners to Balls Deep should pay a visit to Clitty's. Our flagship location is downtown, right by the seaport.
Yeah.
We know it can be hard to find, tucked away as it is, but if you just keep an eye out for the famed man in the boat, you'll find your way to Clitty's. Try the tuna boat special.
Oh, dude, I really love Clitty's.
Yeah, dude. Hey, that reminds me of
a joke. It's a beautiful place.
That I just remembered. Like, I got all these jokes, but then you forget them.
Yeah.
So I had an old girlfriend who had a tattoo of a seashell, and it was way up high on her inner thigh.
Whoa.
And it was the most amazing thing, dude, because if you put your ear up to it, you could smell the ocean.
Ah. All right. Well, that's great, Al. Okay, so, that's going to be it. We want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us. We guys hope you enjoyed the live episode. For Anthony Scafachi, for Alan Gigax, this has been a Balls Deep production. We are out.
We did it.
Yep.